Now this is one of the challenges that I mentioned earlier, and I don't think these slides do this justice either, but you have to remember that San Lorenzo is on the coast, so it's at sea level, and Quito is at 9,300 feet. So every time we go back and forth, you're either climbing or dropping 9,300 feet. And so a lot of the road is mountainous. And recently, because it's been rainy season, we've had some heavy rains and problems with the roads. And the roads were closed for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And you can see none of this over here is supposed to be there. That's all come down from over here, where that, I don't know what that is, a backhoe or something. Where that is sitting, that pile didn't exist. The road kind of ended there. So I was stuck in San Lorenzo. I think Damaris was stuck in Quito, and it makes travel difficult. This is another area where you can see the road just kind of fell off the side there. And here as well, I don't know if you can see, that's the center line right there. So this just kind of fell off the side of the hill, and it's kind of dangerous actually, because if you can see, this is a curve here. So you come around that curve, you have no idea there's no road here. And and this too, this is, still covering up one, and all this isn't supposed to be there either. All that came down from. And this too, this actually, the road used to go from here across to here, and all this just kind of fell away. That was a little nervous getting across that one, but. Then the other kind of challenge that we have on our roads is when groups of people, whoever they be, sometimes they're the chauffeurs, taxi drivers, bus drivers, or this one involved people involved in the lumber industry. When they're not in agreement with something, they'll often close the roads down. We call it a strike, and they'll block the roads and trying to get attention for whatever their cause is. And we were in San Lorenzo and needed to get to Quito to get supplies for surgery. And there's just one road out of San Lorenzo. And as about 12 kilometers down the road, there's a Y. And this is the Y, and they had both sides blocked off. And there's this little woman who you can't really see. She's in the middle of the picture somewhere. We were back in the back of the line behind a bunch of semis, just waiting to see if they were going to clear this up. And this woman, we operated on her at the clinic, and she is a feisty little go-getter. I mean, you do not mess with this woman. And luckily, she's a friend of ours. And so she saw us and drug us up she said, come on up here. So she drug us up to the front of the line. And you can see, in San Lorenzo, oftentimes the police are more afraid of the people in San Lorenzo. And so in theory, the police come to clean this up and open up the road. But when we talked to the police, they just said, sorry, can't get through, road's closed, and so they weren't doing a whole lot. And this is just the other side of the Y. You can see a little bit. They'll put tires in the road, trees, tree branches, rocks, whatever. They drug. Here you can see the rocks. And the other side they blocked with a trailer. Yeah, it's just a little better view of it there. And so this lady, who also is involved in the lumber industry, talked to all these guys. And the cops couldn't get the road open, but this little tiny woman did. And she, told them what a great service the clinic is for the town. And so she managed, we had to kind of get through two sides, so she managed to get us through. She started getting the tires out of the road herself. So she got us through one side and then went over, and they were burning tree branches and parts of trees in the road here. And she's somewhere in there, I can't see her. But, and so she talked to these people as well and got us through there. It cost us 1 2-liter bottle of Coke to get through there. We just had to get them since they were out in the hot sun, buy them some Coke. So you can see they were burning. You can see some of the smoke there. The other challenge that we face in San Lorenzo is living on the border with Colombia. And I put this in just because that's, as you look out toward that tree line, that's Colombia out there. And what we talk about as guerrillas in the United States is the FARC. Those are the guerrillas. There's the guerrillas who are supposedly working against the government, and the paramilitaries who are supposedly working on the same side as the government, but most of it's just about drugs. And so we have FARC and we have paramilitary in San Lorenzo. We have people who run from Colombia and end up in San Lorenzo. It's not difficult to find. If you decide you want somebody killed, it's not difficult. For about $50, you can hire, I don't know what we call them, how do you say sicario? Yeah, a hitman, thank you. A hitman, I guess. And Colombians are great people. Most Colombians are great people, but unfortunately, they tend to get a bad reputation in certain parts of Ecuador. And but the guerrillas and the drugs and all that. When I left, there was supposed to be a big shipment of drugs in San Lorenzo that they were trying to get out of town, but the cops and the military were all over, and I'm not sure. You know what happened to that? Oh yeah, they found a submarine with like tons of cocaine. Mm-hmm. So that's all of that. We have a lot of Colombians in Ecuador now, in Ecuador and in San Lorenzo, and a lot of them are just farmers that have gotten into problems with either the FARC or the guerrilla and just come to San Lorenzo trying to get away from the problems.